Well, hello everyone! How are we all doing today? I may be a bit of an unfamiliar voice around here. Well, hello, hello, hello! To all of you who don't know who I am, my name is Ninon, and I am your commentator for tonight's race here at Formula Virtual Racing Academy, round 5 from Canada. My name is Ninon, and I am the commentator for GTEO, a Gran Turismo league which brought F1, or Evan, the host, owner of this place. You might know him from Instagram, most of you probably do. Wonderful, very nice guy. But I am here commentating today. It's my first time doing F1, but don't worry, I've done this before many times. Good to hear, Brownie. Now let's get some information going. I've been sent some stuff. Current championship leader. This is going to be really annoying. I've got a list somewhere. I've got a list somewhere of people's names, because obviously their Instagram and stuff, it's in their personal names, but it's a Ferrari driver. Let's have a look. I believe it's Skills that leads the championship. Yes, Skills is currently the championship leader on 68 points after 4 rounds. He is currently being followed by the Alpine driver Juan Hernandez. I'm guessing that's Herod. And Jake Marsh, who's very fine. VER Jake. Then the other Alpine driver, Tyler Davidson. I've seen him before. I know him quite well. He's raced over in GTEL before. He's P5 on 34 points. Lewis McWilliam in the Aston Martin, currently on 25 points. And then the rest of the top 10. Manuel Antunes, who's a reserve. Drac Redmond on 18 points in the Red Bull. Evan Dalton for Romeo on 16. Then tied 16th is a Mercedes driver, Virgo Anderson. So let's try and find. Most of them will be able to find. But Canada's one of my personal favourite circuits. It's a very quick. There's a lot of long straights. 13 viewers. There's a lot of long straights. There's a lot of overtaking opportunities. It's never a boring race, including the Wall of Champions, that final chicane. The wall's so close to you. It's deadly. Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, named after the great Gilles Villeneuve, father of Jacques Villeneuve, who sadly died. One of the greatest F1 drivers to never win a title. So it'll be an 18-minute qualifying session, I believe, with a 35 lap, 50% race. Here we are. Qualifying is started, so yes, 18 minutes. 13 turns around the track. Key places to note: turn 1 and 2, a brilliant opportunity to go side by side through that turn 1, brilliant overtaking opportunity, but turn 2 does allow you to bring back into it. Turn 3 as well, if you're feeling a bit ballsy. There's the DRS straight from 7 to turn 8. Turn 8 is not the easiest of overtaking opportunities, if I can get my words out, but turn 8 and 9 familiar with the Hamilton Sebastian Vettel incident, where Sebastian Vettel sadly got that 5-second time penalty, which cost him the win in 2019. Turn 10 is a good opportunity. A good overtaking opportunity, one of the slowest turns, one of the tightest turns on the track, and then the long run down towards turn 12 of a long DRS stroke, just after the tiny kink at turn 11, almost like turn 2 at Austria. Then obviously the final 2 turns, turn 12 and 13, with the Wall of Champions to the right of turn 13. So then on their warm-up laps, let's see if I can get some info. I do apologise. There we go. So, skills. He is the current championship leader. As you can see, he's on the run all the way down towards the final 2 turns. You'll see the Wall of Champions, the famous Wall of Champions. There's already a yellow flag. I think that's one of the Red Bulls down. As you can see on the mini-map there on the bottom right of your screen. At the start of his lap then, skills, the current championship leader, down towards turn 1. Nailing the apex nicely, not running wide at all. Beautiful power on nice and early as he runs down towards turn number 3 and 4. It's easy to get a corner cutting penalty there. You can see the red stuff very close to the wall there on exit through turn 4. Round at 5 down towards turn 6. A tricky section, especially when it's wet. Hopefully we don't have any weather like that today. As he runs all the way down then, DRS wide open up towards turn number 8 and 9. Very tricky sequence of turns. Again, easy to get a corner cutting penalty. You can see how tight it is through there. You can see the orange markers. Don't put 2 wheels over there or you'll get a penalty. That is Ave getting a DNFing. He's gone and hit the wall. You can see yellow flags down there through turn 10. One of the Red Bulls just behind. I can't quite see who that is. That might be Melvin. So then DRS all the way up and down towards the final 2 turns. Got to get this right again. Don't want to invalidate your lap time. It's so easy to through here. You can see the massive sausage curve. Don't get it wrong. The Wall of Champions is right there. Oh, there's the Mercedes that's DNF. He's hit the Wall of Champions on his outlap. Up towards the line, though. It's an 8.2 to send him to the top. Who's next? Melvin. He's next. He's up towards the line. It's an 8.75 tenths off. Who's next? Who is it? It's very... Oh, there's a nasty accident in front of the Alpha Tower. He's got no front wing. Where's that at? That is down on the exit of turn number 7. Scarlett in the Williams sets a 10.3. Lewis, he's round turn 10. He's next to set a lap time. There's yellow flag still at the exit of turn 7. I think that's where one of the Alpha Tauris lost the front wing. I think it's being cleared up now. So a 10.3 for Scarlett. They've definitely had a slow one. Some people trying to qualify on mediums like Evan, nice and close to the wall there. Probably could be close. There's a wheel in the middle. Maybe the marshals want to try and deal with that. Up towards the line though, Lewis goes P2 with an 8.3. Evan, he's next to set a lap time, I believe. Into the pit lane there goes one of the Alpha Tauris. I think that is the one who's gone and kissed the wall quite nicely and aggressively. But the host, the owner, one of the most famous person in this league, Evan Dalton, up towards the Wall of Champions through 12 and 13. So close to the wall, brushing it. Millimeters within it. DRS open up towards the line. Goes 4th with a 9.7 on mediums. That's not bad. The Mercedes driver, Ave, he's the one we mentioned at the start. He's a long way down. Mac, he's on an out lap. He's one of the only people out on track, I believe. Lewis is actually on a lap. If we go up towards them, is there a shortcut actually to drivers or not? No, I don't think so. Anyway, the Aston Martin is currently second overall. Sorry, an 8.3 into the pit lane he goes. Doesn't want to go for another lap. Getting some fresh rubber straight onto those tyres. Skills, he's currently provisional pole. He's currently in the pit lane, sitting in the garage. No setup changes allowed at this point. Park firmware conditions, they are out. You cannot go any further. Few others on their out laps. Manuel in the Williams, he's just started his out lap, and Mac, he's about to start his first flying lap. So let's ride on and board for a lap. with Mac. The Red Bull driver nails the apex nicely, gets the turn in beautifully for turn number 2, gets the power on a bit late there, doesn't necessarily go as wide. There's a bit of lag issues as well, so that you might be careful of that. Don't want to send yourself flying into a wall. Wong Fi, oh, that's a bit of front wing that's gone off there for the Red Bull driver, and I do apologise with that. I have just gone and got rid of something. I really do hate this. How do you get it back up? Seriously, what have I done? This is very professional. Oh, very close to wall there for one of the Williams drivers. I can't see who. Then we'll just press every button possible. There we go. Hit triangle. Anyway, do apologise for all that. I think this is the AlphaTauri that went into the wall early on. But right now, I want to fly Evan. He's into the pit lane. Ooh. There's a yellow flag somewhere. Mac, he's currently 5th with a 109.1. The invalidated lap anyway. Yellow flag's in sector 2. Mac's coming up just towards it. Just been cleared now. On an out lap is the provisional pole man. Evans winning easily. Be interesting to see. Not the best of exits from the final 2 turns. That wheel really does need to be cleaned. That's a health and safety hazard. Up towards turn 1 though was brought through it. Maximising the curb on the inside. Brilliantly hugging the inside through turn 2. Power on. Nice and early. Doesn't want to get a snap roasted. Remember the curbs are deadly. The new model in F1 2021, they are deadly, so close to the wall there, but not quite close enough. He's currently improving though, 300ths up as he enters the second sector, purple through sector 1. DRS will be thoroughly open as he runs all the way down towards turn 8 and 9. How close to the wall is he through there? Not bad. Looking behind, we don't want to see that. Up towards turn 10, heavy braking zone. It's going to be a key part in the race, I think. Could see a lot of key overtakes. Misses the apex, but gets the power on quite nice. Doesn't avoid the wall, and there the Red Bull up ahead's going to give him a nice tow down the longest straight all the way up towards the final 2 turns. There's going to be a lot of time to be found through here. Through the final 2 turns. Oh, look how close he was to the wall there at the death chicane. Up towards the line. He improves it, so 8.1. He goes straight to the top. Jake, he's currently gone second with an 8.3. Lewis in the Aston Martin. 3 different teams. You don't really see this in a normal F1 race. A Ferrari, a McLaren and an Aston Martin all at the top. But so far we are. Where's Jake? He's coming around turn 10. He's got a nice tow from the Mercedes up ahead. It's surprising that Mercedes is down in 8th and then 9th with a DNF. Look at that massive tow right on the back. He wishes they were just a bit further ahead, and now the Mercedes is going to get a bit of a benefit there. But that tiny bit of benefit for Jake have. Let's see. Can he challenge? He needs to find 2 attempts through the final chicane. Not as close to the wall as Skills was, but up towards the line we go. What's going to be for Jake? He improves by half a tenth, but not as much as he probably needed to. Who's next? I think it's Evan. He's coming up towards the death chicane. Yes. Avoids the wall of champions nicely, comfortably. Can he improve? He's gone on some soft tyres. He does improve by 6 tenths, but he won't gain any position, so the soft tyre swap may not have benefited him at all. 8 minutes to go. Some people still haven't set a lap yet. As Scarlett's coming into the pit lane, and I think it's Melvin. No, Mac, he's coming down towards the final 2 turns. Turn 12 and 13. Yellow flag in sector 2 as one of the AlphaTauris has stopped. Poor exit there from Mac. Could have carried a lot more. A lot more speed, but really fails to do so. Jake's got his lap time invalidated as he lets the Mercedes through. That will be Wong Fi through turn 12 and 13. Really close to the wall there. Nicely done. A 9.6 is what they need to improve on. They do. It's a 9.1. They gain nearly half a second, but it's only enough to put them into 8th position. They're going to need to improve on that a lot. But the biggest thing to note so far is probably Evan up towards the line. He does not improve. He was up in sector 2. Lewis goes provisional pole with a 8 flat. So that's come out of nowhere. That's two laps he's done on this stint as well. So it's not a fresh set of tyres he's done on. So there's definitely a lot of time to be found. Skills, the current championship leader. He's in the pit lane. He'll be going again. But here comes the Alpine driver. This is let's have a look. Who is it? This is Juan Hernandez, currently sitting P4. So, with just over just under 6.5 minutes to go, Max currently at the top then with a 7.7. That's a brilliant lap time. They've had a flyer with that one. This lap's currently invalidated, but around the final turn, another invalidated lap. And it is Lewis in the Aston Martin's currently second. We need to find 3 tenths, and well, they did it on a worn set of soft. It wasn't brand new. They'd done 2 laps on it instead of the normal one, which we've seen people do so far. So he's definitely got time, and he is going to come into the pits and get a fresh set of tyres on if he does have them. Skills, he is currently 3rd. The Fvra driver, he's looking to go out for 1 more lap. He's currently the championship leader, and everyone into the pits. Juan Hernandez in the Alpine, half a second back and 4th. But look at these gaps. From 2nd all the way down to 6th, 7 tenths, easily doable. There's a second within the top 7. That time is easily gainable through a track like Canada, where the turns are quite tight, the slow speed, it's easy to carry a lot of speed through them. There's not many fast turns, there's a lot of straights, so setup is going to be key. Finding that balance between downforce and top speed. It's very much like a Spa. Do you want the benefit on the straights, or do you want the benefit in the turns? Only 1 car is out on track right now. We've got 4 DNFs so far. It's Mercedes of Avgohbadi. Sorry if I've butchered that. We'll have a look at your proper name. Currently on board with Jake, or Vvra Jake. Vigo. So Vigo, the Mercedes driver. Oh, that's a big corner cut there by Jake. Caught it on camera. Hope that's not on the telly. Mimula, the AlphaTauri driver, they've had a bit of a mare, in all honesty, as a session. They've been... The AlphaTauris so far have had a lot of problems this session, a lot of early DNFs and wall knocks has set them back quite a way. Manuel, I think that's one of the other Alpine drivers currently DNF as well, and Kyle's an Alpine driver. Manuel will be the Williams driver. AMFC, currently 13th, need to set a lap, or that will really hamper them into the pits. Then is Jake, and a lot of people are going out for their final laps. Except AMFC, who's currently on an out lap. The only person on track, as we're seeing people starting to leave, that's the AlphaTauri of Evan. He'll be the first out. Then it's about who breaks last, because slipstream is going to be beneficial, especially down here all the way up towards turn 12. Melvin's also out. So, oh, that's a big spin there. Caught the curb, too much speed, and in to the wall of champions. And that is, he's going to have enough time to go again. But has he picked up any damage from that? This lap's going to be out. It's going to have no running speed all the way down. Those tyres are going to be cooked. So as we go into the final laps, then everyone will have 1 more run out. Mac, provisional pole with a 7.7. Fvra, Lewis in the Aston Martin, and 8. Oh, there's going to be some debris on the track there. And that is his qualifying done for the AlphaTauri driver, as he's going to get out of the way for Melvin. Row 2, currently Skills, of championship leader, and Juan Hernandez. Vvra Jake in the McLaren's currently 5th, with Melvin behind him in 6th. Half a second between those two. Evan, he's currently in 7th, with Wong Fi in 8th on row 4. Evan, the most famous person here, nearly 6,000 followers on Instagram. Scarlet Witch in the Williams, currently down in last, not helping the stereotype with the Williams. Dropping them back a bit. Let's hope they can put out a George Russell in their final laps and get them somewhere up the grid order. Maybe they've got a clever strategy plan, but as it stands, AMFC will be the first to go on a flyer, but the damage they've done is not going to be helpful, as they are going to have to go straight into the pits. And yes, their qualifying will be done. They've not set a lap time yet, and they're down in 13th in amongst the DNF drivers. Fvra Jake, he's on an outlap, yes, through the final chicane. Good exit, not taking too many risks, but carrying a lot of speed. Yellow flags through sector 2 and 3, and there's AMFC retiring from the session. Through turn 1 and 2, could have taken a bit more curb through turn 1. How's the power out of 2? Brilliant, all over the curb there. Nice on the exit. On the grass, a tiny bit in towards 3 and 4. Good liners again, really close to the wall. So far, so good through the first sector. What can we see about the split? They're currently 1400ths down. The yellow flags are fluttering everywhere. There's Everin DNFing at turn 1. That's going to be disappointing for him. But the McLaren driver coming up towards turn 8 and 9. The infamous accident with Seb and Lewis Hamilton. Not the best of exits. Conservative almost. Let's see though what's it like up towards turn 10. They've gained, so they're only 600ths down. They're going to need a good exit here. Nice on the power, really close to the wall. That's brilliant, and that's going to really help them down the longest straight on the circuit. It's a long run down towards turn 12, but no toe. How's that going to really hamper the McLaren driver? Needs a good exit though, really close to the walls. They have been so far. Through there, bit twitchy, not the best, and not keeping a straight line either. Up towards the line, what's it going to be? He can still go for another lap, but he's going to be a 10th down. Matt Key's next, over the curbs. He's not going to keep it straight either, but he's not going to have a chance for another lap across the line. He doesn't improve. No, he will not improve. Skills will be the next, as he's going to give a massive token C just on a minimap in the bottom right of your corner. The Mercedes driver will be Wong Fei, and Lewis, the Aston Martin driver. Now this is really going to help Lewis. He needs to find 3 attempts. Through the final chicane though, brilliant exit there by Skills, really close to the wall, keeping it a straight line up towards the line. Does he improve? He does go into second. Lewis, he's going to get a tow from the Mercedes driver repaired. Lewis though will improve, but it's not enough to move him up a position. Juan Hernandez up towards the line for Alpine. Can he improve? He does, but it won't gain him a position. It's an 8 flats, not enough. Who's next to set a lap time? I believe it's Scarlett. Any magic from her? No. And I think it's just Melvin. Yes, Melvin, the last person. They need to find over a second this lap. It's unlikely, but these tyres have already been used. Oh, that's a big accident there by Melvin. It is pole position though for the Red Bulls, as the other Red Bulls currently in the wall. Forget Wall of Champions, pit lanes of champions. AMFC, I'm not having a great drive, only did half flat, but good job on the commentary, sounds good, thank you. Mac Fen, the Irish driver on pole, followed by Skills, the championship leader in second. Third, the second row of the grid, Lewis and Juan Hernandez. Row 3, Jake and Melvin, the McLaren and the Red Bull, because that's going to be a nice little battle. And then, nice mix of nationalities, heavily Irish dominated. Wong Fei and Evan, they will be on row 4. Row 5, Scarlett and... I've already forgotten your name, I do apologise. Virgo. Then Manuel, AMFC and Kyle, they are the ones who didn't set a time, and they'll be starting down at the back. But it's pole for Mac, so Red Bull on pole, followed by a Ferrari, then an Aston Martin, an Alpine, and a McLaren. 5 different teams in the top 5. It's going to be an interesting race. We've got 35 laps around the circuit. Jules Villeneuve coming right up in a minute. Strategy-wise, one stops can be strong. Not many people are going to be starting on the mediums. I think I'm expecting everyone who didn't set a lap time and everyone who is starting outside of the top 10 starting mediums. The one stop is quite powerful around here. However, It's looking kind of muggy outside. It's cloudy, the clouds are overhead. The weather's on random, but the weather's not looking good, so... So maybe... the rain is coming. The weather up ahead, the clouds are out. It's looking grey, it's not looking the best. Rain at this track is always interesting. It's very easy to slide into walls. We've already seen a lot of people hit the wall of champions, have a few accidents, and with 10 seconds to go just before the start, who's going to lead in towards turn 1 then? Is it going to be a Red Bull? Is it going to be a Ferrari, an Aston Martin, an Alpine, or a McLaren? They're the top 5. Here we go then. 1. Oh, formation lap. It's been a while since I've been on F1, so Mac will lead them around on the formation lap. I was getting pumped up for this. Just a quick rundown on the order then. P1 Mac in the Red Bull, P2 Skills in the Ferrari, P3 Lewis in the Aston Martin, P4 Juan Hernandez and P5 Jake, they've both been disqualified from the formation lap. P6 Melvin in the Red Bull, P7 Wong Fi in the Mercedes, P8 Evan Dalton in the Alfa Romeo, P9 Scarlet Witch in the Williams, P10 Virgo in the other Mercedes. Mercedes is a long way down the order here, it's quite surprising. Here's the predicted strategy then. So 2 stops, soft, medium, medium, or soft, medium, hard, but rain could be coming, and a 1 stop's definitely possible if you go medium, hard, or hard, soft, medium, depending on how your time management goes. P11, the AlphaTauri has been Paul, Mimuela and AMFC, 11th and 13th. And then Manuel in the other Williams, P12, and Kyle, P14. Here we go, Van. Not long to go. Watch out for Juan Hernandez and Jake. P4 and 5, they'll be on the 2nd and 3rd row of the grid. They will have less heat into the tyres. They're going to have a slower start, as being disqualified from the formation lap's going to do them no good. But the weather right now... The weather is looking interesting. Round the final few turns we go. At the front, they're going to be waiting a long time. As you can see, a lot of people have backed up. You can see Kyle in the mini-map. Everyone else backing up. This is the Mercedes strategy. What they do, backing everyone up. So, Kyle has come around the final turn. He will be the last person to turn upon the grid. Max already been sitting here a while. His tyres are going to be going... These tyres are going to be cold. They're going to be losing some heat here. So a charge from further back is very possible. But Juan Hernandez and Jake, they're going to be swamped into turn 1, I think. 4 lights, 5 lights. And away we go then at the Formula Virtual Racing Academy round 5 from Canada. It's a very good start there by the championship leader Skills. As we go in towards turn 1, it goes a bit deep there. There's the Red Bull trying to fight around the outside of Mack, and then Lewis as well. P3, my thing has been a bit of a mess around here. As we go through the first few sectors, we run down towards turn 6. As it's chaos on my screen, but Skills leads. Oh, and that's one of the Red Bulls round. That is the pole sitter, Mac. He's been spun round, and that's chaos on lap 1 here at Canada. So, Skills leads from Lewis, Juan Hernandez and Jake. They held off the challenge from behind at the start. Melvin, he's currently in 5th, and Wong Fi's in 6th. Evan Dalton up towards turn 10. He's in 7th. Everyone's gaining a position. What happened there with Mac? He's gonna... Will Mac have some damage? We're going to have to see into the early pit stops. But right now, Skills already building up a healthy gap there. 2 attempts, and he's already a long way ahead. On paper, it seems. As Juan Hernandez is trying to get right onto the back of Lewis ahead. Oh, speaking of Juan Hernandez, he's round into the wall of champions and into the wall he goes. Oh, you can see in the background he's hit the wall. That is not good news. Commentators curse. Here's the Mercedes driver of Wong Fi up into 5th after starting a long way down. I think they started 7th, so that's a good start from them. But Skills, he leads after 1 lap, followed by the Aston Martin driver of Lewis and VER Jake, who's now got himself up into 3rd. Melvin, he's into 4th for Red Bull. The other Red Bull has to the mayor on pole. Wong Fi, he's currently in 5th. Mercedes making their way up the order. And then here's Virgo making a challenge on towards TTG Evan Dalton, who's currently in 6th for the Alfa Romeo team. Up at the front though, Skills leads for Ferrari, and it's been a long time since we've seen a Ferrari win a race. They have led at Silverstone, if you remember, about a month, 6 weeks ago. Not in real F1, into the pits then Manuel, who else into the pits? There's a few others, see one of the Alfa Romeos, and Juan Hernandez. There's Mac as well, they're a long way down the order, but maybe Mac's not. Maybe Mac's been a bit lucky here. But through the final 2 turns to end lap number 2, very conservative there through the final 2 turns for Fvra Lewis, and this is going to give Jake a good run. He's backing off going towards turn 1. Lewis was extremely slow out of the final turn, and that really cost him straight line speed, and now having to back up, that's allowed Melvin to close in a bit. And the virtual safety car, that's why. I did not see that. So the pack's been slowed down, everyone's bunching up. Yeah, I did not see that. I'm used to Gran Turismo commentary, there's none of this fancy overlays. VSC's out, a few people into the pits. This is going to help Juan Hernandez and Juan Hernandez speeding in the pit lane. But there go VSC, away they go, and this has allowed Skills to really close back up. And there's already a yellow flag in sector 3. See Melvin, he's very close to the back of the McLaren as they run down towards turn number 12 for the 3rd time this race. It's already been a chaotic race, a few people spinning, including the pole sitter. DRS is open for Fvra Lewis. Is going to go through with his comfortably ahead for the final 2 turns. Then the McLaren as well, a VER Jake, he's gaining as well with the DRS, but who's going to get the DRS as well? The Aston Martin driver again. He was in 2nd for the detection points, so the Ferrari of Skills championship leader currently a sitting duck as they go down towards turn number 1. He's closing right onto the back then, nearly touching the rear wing, or touching the rear diffuser there of the Aston Martin driver. Jake, he's chasing down though the top 2 with Melvin in 4th, just off the back. Then there's Wong, Evan and Virgo, the 2 Mercedes and Alfa Romeo driver. But this top 4 right now, Mac fastest lap, he was the pole sitter, a 111.8 on the mediums. So maybe he can work his way up, as everyone else will be on the soft compound of tyre, I believe. I'll try and get the compound of tyre up in a minute for you. But right now, up towards turn 10, very close to the back. Was there a bit of contact there? I think there was. As Skills pushes Lewis a bit deep there, I think. I feel there was a bit of contact. He's going to try and fight back, though. Who's going to have the DRS? No one. None of them actually have DRS. The McLaren driver of Jake, he's closed right up onto the back row. He did have DRS, and so is Melvin, the Red Bull driver. It's almost like they're bump drafting. Evan, he's already got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. That'll be a corner cut. Like I said earlier at the start of the stream, it's so easy to get corner cut penalties all deep into turn 1. There goes Jake, and he's pushing Lewis wide. There's a bit of contact. Oh, and into the barrier they go. As the Red Bull driver Melvin tries to find his way up, as there was a gap there, and into the barrier. He sends Jake and Lewis. That's a bit of a dirty move there. Carl's been given a 3-second penalty as well for multiple warnings. A few people already having some chaos with the track limits, but Lewis right now, as this is allowed, has Jake got damage here? Because he's really inviting the Mercedes drivers into this now. Lewis and Jake really holding, or really slowing it down. Now this could be a bit of a train on Wong and Evan and Virgo behind. This could really allow them to close up. You see Evan there at the back of a train, and then just struggling off the back, there's Kyle. He's made his way up the pack nicely through the start of this race. He started last. We've got 2 DNFs already, Juan Hernandez and Manuel. Or Manel, sorry, I've been pronouncing that wrong the whole time. Up towards the final 2 turns then. Oh, what has gone on there? There's a bit of bad blood, and into the pit lane goes Jake, and he's gone right into the back of Lewis. That's surely going to give him some damage. And this petty squabbling, intentional or not, is allowing the leaders, Skills and Melvin, to pull ahead. Melvin just outside of DRS range of the leader, but now Lewis into 3rd, and Wong, Fee and Evan really making their way up the field after a chaotic start. So let's try and... let's see, lap data, telemetry, detail. There we go. Tyres, there we go. Evan currently running in 5th, trading the Mercedes of Wang Fei. This is now a potential podium chance for these lot. They're starting on the medium tyres currently. Evan's the highest medium runner. He hasn't made a stop yet. So watch out for Evan later on in the race. He's showing good pace whilst on the slower tyres, just on the back of Wang Fei. But the end of lap 6 then, through the turn 12 and 13, brushing the wall there is the Ferrari driver. Skills leads from Melvin, who's with a gap of 1.2 seconds. Then Lewis with a potential damage. He's just set his personal best lap, so maybe not. Maybe he has got off lucky with that contact with Jake. But he's currently running in 3rd. He is being hunted down though by Wang Fei. Speaking of Wang Fei, there's a track limits penalty for him and Evan, the highest medium tyre running car so far. He's holding on, brilliant pace. Oh, that's Melvin going slow. Melvin's gone and hit the wall out of turns 7 and 8, and there's a virtual safety car. I see this one this time. Virtual safety car, and he has hit the wall out of turn 7. He's lost his front wing, and now this is going to promote Wang Fei into the podium positions. Early race chaos. Red Bull started on pole. They've now... That's gutting for them. What's gone on? What's gone on there? That's been... That... Well... Red Bull having a mare now. Is anyone going to pit early in this VSC window? Lewis stays out. Wang Fei's into pit lane, so he's trying to get a bit of a jump. AMFC, he goes through after saying he's not had the fastest of race pace. I don't think he's been caught up in any chaos either, so a poor qualifying for him. He's now running in 4th. Evan, he's currently into a podium position, but Wang Fei, Melvin, they're currently in the pit lane. Melvin he will have to replace his front wing, so Wang Fei sees this opportunity. He goes out on a fresh set of mediums. Melvin's also on medium, so Wang Fei, he started on the softs. Both drivers actually started on the softs, but then into the medium. So Skills and Lewis, the only people on the softs now. We are back and racing. Green flag on the track, yellow flag in sector 2 already though. What's going on here? Oh, that's Kyle in the barrier. His front wings off, and what was looking like a promising race for him started smack bang 14th at the back of the grid. He's now into the barrier, and that could be another virtual safety car. And this would be beautifully timed Skills if one popped up. I don't think it will, but Evan currently can't see a time gap between himself and Lewis. We'll see in a minute if we can. 1 second, just outside of DRS range for the Alfa Romeo driver. He yet to make a pit stop, as well as most of the cars racing, but he's the highest placed medium runner, so this really puts Evan in a chance after starting P8. Give him a chance to win it. It's early days, seen a lot of chaos already, but slowly but surely he is gaining on Lewis up ahead, who does have potential damage, and if that is the case, he will want to clear Lewis very quickly. Straight away, DRS open. We'll ride on board with him now as we run down towards turn number 8. Nowhere near close enough, but it's a mistake there by Lewis as he hits the barrier out of turn 9 and tucked right into the slipstream. Is going to go to the outside, down into the inside of turn 10. Lewis is going to have to fight it the long way around. Is he going to be able to pull it off? And it's a brilliant move there, but Lewis is going to fight back all the way down towards turn number 12. Who's going to get the DRS? It is going to be Evan. The Alfa Romeo driver is going to slipstream him all the way down, but he's not actually close enough to look into the slipstream. He's going to have the benefit of the DRS as they go on down towards turn 12. It's going to be the inside line. And ooh, avoiding danger. Lewis into the pit lane. He would have picked up damage actually there from hitting the barrier. And who's this creeping up behind? AMFC, he is currently now into 3rd. Hello, Nick. I do know it's Mr. Mount. Right onto the back. Poor qualifying. One of the people who didn't finish fastest lap from VER, Jake, with a 10.5. It's fastest lap by a long way. He's currently down in 7th, trying to close his way back up after being involved in one of the earlier lap mischiefs, let's say, with Lewis, who we did suspect have a bit of damage, but nonetheless. Up towards turn number 10 for the AlphaTauri driver, chasing the Alfa Romeo driver. It's 3 Italian teams in the top 3, followed by 2 Mercedes drivers. 10 laps into this Canadian Grand Prix, then Skills, the championship leader, finally pits after 9 laps on the softs. Will he go on to mediums? Will he go on to hards? Now, Evan into the net race lead. He will be under some pressure soon by AMFC, 1.6 seconds back. Hard tyres for Skills. We said earlier on there is a potential for the one-stop. Soft to hard is possible. And the championship leader, is he going to... if he pulls a soft, this might prove why he's the early championship leader. But right now, Evan, he's also looking to one-stop. Medium to hard, maybe medium to softs. So there's going to be a wide range of strategies. Everyone on the mediums, other than the championship leader, Skills in that Ferrari, who's currently on the hard tyres. And there's Melvin's time penalty for track clearance. He's had multiple warnings, that's 3 seconds. People with time penalties right now are the current race leader, Evan, Wong Fei, Melvin and Lewis. So right now, technically net race lead, or the net race leader without pit stops, is the AlphaTauri driver, and that would be impressive after what he said was a poor qualifying performance. And I've just got my headset off my face. That is some impressive skills. But anyway, back to the racing. Lap 11 of 35. About to end through turn 12 for the race leaders. 2 attempts taken out of Evan by AMFC. Speaking of the AlphaTauri's teammate, down at turn 7. Turn 7's claimed a lot of people. The curb there is really bad in this game, I must say. But he will have picked up some damage there, it seems. A lot of people have lost it there. And he's now going to be right down the order, and the yellow flag should be cleared soon for him. Yes, and just behind, actually, are our 2 race leaders. Another 10th taken out of... AMFC takes another 10th out of Evan. Just in the first lap, there's Mac. He was the pulser. He was involved in a first lap spin, I think down at turn 6, so not far off the turn 7 mark. But AMFC is really gaining, and now who's going to take their tyres longer as well? That could be a big difference. Whoever takes their tyres longer, overcutting, that could be a big factor. The tyre wear is not really a problem. It's a lot of long straights. It's not a lot of high-speed turns. There's not a lot of place where you can really burn your tyre deg, but ERS management and fuel management is going to be a lot more important around here, especially with these long straights. We remember Fernando Alonso, 2015 I believe it was told to fuel save, and he said, I don't want, might have been 2017 actually, but yes, fuel saving is crucial around here. Running out of fuel is a very high possibility. But Mercedes 3 and 4, they started a long way down the road. I think P7 and P9. But as Evans moved up, he's moved up, and Wong Fei's also pitted. Wong Fei has actually jumped Skills in the pit lane, I've just noticed as well. So Wong Fei, after pitting the undercut, has done him a favour. But there was a long undercut, so maybe the overcut come the end of it can do Skills a lot of good. In 1 lap pace, Skills, it was a lot faster than Wong Fei, and on the fresher but harder compound of tyres, going to try and close his way back up as they come through turn 10. But Wong... So, just looking down the order, Skills does have DRS. I don't think he's going to be closing in that much, but watch out down towards turn 1. A good lap here from Skills, and we know he's got one. Qualifying in second, he can do it, and it's a really good exit there from turn 13. He's going to try and go the long way around turn 1. He's got the DRS, he's going to be able to do it. He's going to try and pull it off, force him as inside as possible, leaves him as much space as possible there, does Wong Fei. It's a brilliant move there by the Ferrari driver on the harder compound of tyres. It is fresh, but it is harder, and there's Mimuela picking up a time penalty. And the Mercedes driver is going to be able to fight back. There's a DRS zone at the end of turn number 7 here. So can he do it all right on board with the Mercedes driver? He chases down the Ferrari driver, giving us all 2019 vibes. Is he going to be close enough? Yellow flag in sector 3. That's the AlphaTauri Mimuela after just picking up a penalty. He'll DNF. And now 10 cars remain. And there's a safety car. Forget a virtual safety car, full safety car. And our leads are just coming around to the pit lane. Will we see a pit stop then? Lewis and Mac there passed, and that's a big incident. And into the pit lane goes Evan. AMFC follows. Will the Mercedes driver pit as well? Virgo does, and now Skills after going onto the hard compound of tyre, he changes up his strategy, so does Wong Fei, and this will make VER Jake the net race leader with his mediums on 8 lap old tyres. Now, why Skills pitted? Skills could have gone on to the end here on hards. Maybe realize everyone's going on to the softs. Maybe everyone's going to go and take a pair of mediums. Evan and AMFC, they've got to go onto a pair of soft tyres now. So they're most likely going to have to go to the end. They will not last. I don't think the soft tyres will last 15 laps. The leaders in the first stint. Oh, Mimula. Mimula. I'm butchering everyone's name. When you're new to somewhere, you butcher everyone's name, right? Don't make a meme out of me. Even though people probably will. But anyway, VR Jake, 9 lap old mediums, is now currently the race leader. Fvra Lewis, he's 5 lap old tyres, but Evan and AMFC, they're going to have a brilliant restart when the safety car does come in. They're going to have to hope the safety car does go in for a does go on for quite a few laps. I highly doubt it's probably going to go 2 laps. Now we're going to have some excellent tyre management. Virgo's on the hards further back. Watch out for him. Skills, he's gone on to mediums. Who Skills is looking in prime position to win this, in my opinion. I'm going to call it right now, just before the halfway mark. Skills is looking my favourite to win this with 20 laps to go. Actually, I'll take that back. Skills 20 laps on mediums, it's possible. 20 laps on the hards, definitely. Virgo, the Mercedes driver, started down in 9th. They are in prime contention to win this. Now it's going to have to be a quick 10 lap stint on the soft tyres for both AMFC and Evan. They were the race leaders before the safety car came out. And everyone grouping up, they're waiting for a restart. You can see they're eager for it. It's going to be an exciting restart. And a key rule to remember in things like, it's a very common saying in NASCAR and IndyCar, safety cars cause safety cars. The chaos of everyone being grouped up can cause another safety car, especially in a street circuit like Canada. Excuse me. Can cause some problems. But it's also going to be a case of who can warm their tyres up quickest as well. Watch out for everyone on the hard tyres. They're probably going to go to the end. So that's Melvin. That's Ave. Scarlett, no disrespect to them, they're a long way off. They're still catching the safety car queue. They may not even do it by the end of the race. And they've not really had the pace to do so, despite what strategy is. Mac, watch out for them. They're on soft tyres. And up ahead, Mac, there's 2 hards and a medium. Matt can definitely, on fresh softs, can definitely cut their way through. They were the pole sitter, involved in an early accident, and these safety cars do bring in exciting races, close everything back up. And it's a world of possibilities right now. And anyone can really win this. Skills, he's got the pace. Mac, he could pull off an impressive comeback. But right now, Jake and Lewis, you just have to feel that they're going to get swamped at the start. A bit of bad blood between them. They were fighting for a podium until they decided to squabble a bit more. There we go, race control, safety car in this lap. So then everyone getting some final heat into their tyres. And Jake's already gone. Everyone's slow and everyone's been caught lacking here. And look at this gap as Jake, he's going to have quite a big lead there as he's gone really early. But there Lewis has just caught up to the back of him. But there's a massive gap there between Evan and AMFC. Yellow flags in all 3 sectors apparently. There we go, we are now green. Jake leads from Lewis. Evan trying to catch up. It was a slow restart by him and he's backed everyone up, including himself and AMFC, as they're on down towards turn 3. The current race leaders then for McLaren and the Aston Martin. The 2 British teams lead, followed by the Alfa Romeo and the Ferrari. Virgo Vigo, sorry, however you say your name, I do apologise. Ave, he's currently in 5th for the Mercedes team, and now Skills is trying to make his way through on the soft, on the medium tyre. Sorry, he's the championship leader. Started on the front of the grid, started 2nd, not close enough though to get the pass done as we run up towards turn 10 with the leaders then. And Jake slowly, full lap holder tyres, just keeping that gap honest. But right now, Evan already onto the back of him. These fresher tyres and softer compounds got himself right onto the back already of this lead train. But it's a brilliant exit there by Skills as he's right in the back of the slipstream of the Mercedes driver. 2019 vibes up towards the final 2 turns. Not going to be able to get it done. Mac and the Red Bulls, Mac and Melvin, they are currently down the order as well, 7th and 8th. Good potential from them so far. Just a long way to go in this race. There is a lot of possibility. Swinging out wide there is Lewis. Not the best of exits as we ride on board of him down towards turn 3 and 4. It's one of the more common places to pick up a time penalty, I must say, through there. But right now, the Alfa Romeo driver, Evan, technically race lead. There's a mistake there by Jake as we'll ride on board with Evan as Jake goes deep through turn 6 and 7, and Lewis easily goes through there as they come through turn 8 and 9, the Seb Lewis instant area. Lewis for race leader and Evan, you must say, is one of the prime positions to take the leaders. A group of 4 starting to form as the battle between Ave and Skills currently backed everyone up as there's Mac cutting his way through onto Ave as the little ball's going through. Oh, that's a big accident there, and Mac the pole sitters out of the race. Is there some contact there? Surely that's going to be a safety car, and yes it is. Wow, what happened there? That's a big incident. Out of turn 10 and into the pit lane then. Lewis, Jake, Ave, Wong Fei, Scarlett. That is questionable there by Ave. Ave just pitted onto hard tyres, so why are they? Maybe they're expecting a longer safe car and trying to go 15 laps on the mediums. It's fair, but track position is definitely lost, I must say. But these safety cars, the more safety cars there are, they're really benefiting Evan and AMFC on these softs. The longer they can take these softs, that is brilliant. But so that lap 18, a lot of chaos. Lewis pressures Jake into a mistake down at turn 7. He takes the lead. Evan's right onto the back. Skills, after the group of 4 starts to form. Skills, after arguably probably the fastest guy right now on track. He's probably the favourite to win this. He started 2nd, the championship leader. You're not the championship leader for no reason. He's definitely got some skill there. But he pressures, I believe it was Ave into a mistake. But maybe Ave pitted. I think it was one of the Mercedes, I think, actually. So I think Ave may have picked up damage. That's why he pitted. But Ave gets pressured into a mistake down at turn 10. He goes right through, and then Mac the pole sitter. He's trying to make his way back up the grid after an first lap incident. But the day for Red Bulls goes from bad to worse after starting it on such a high note. He then gets taken out by the Mercedes. We've not seen that one before, have we, everybody? Well, that is an instant and a half then for the race directors. Now, whilst we're all doing this, I'm going to have a fiddle with the cameras. Yeah, I'm just trying to see what can I do with these. Anyway, it's going to be an interesting 15 or so laps till the end. Evan back at the front after the safety car. 2 safety cars in quick succession. There's Wong Fei DNFing now. 8 cars remain. Evan leads from OMFC. Evan does a penalty safety car in this lap. It's Gonna hope for a better restart. These two had a poor restart as Jake and Lewis just went away with it last time, and now they're down in 4th and 5th. They're on fresh mediums though, so they could put pressure on the current championship leader. But Evan, he controls the pace, he controls the league, he is the honest to God leader. He is the almighty God right now in Formula Virtual Racing, and he even controls the restart. When will he go? No overtaking until the restart line. How slow is going to go? Look how backed up everyone is, and I think he goes now, and Evan, away he goes then. Down towards turn 1, he's had a decent restart. Will he be able to hold off from AMSC down towards turn 1? He looks for the move, but that's going to allow the Ferrari of skills to invite himself up, and it's going to allow Evan to pull away, and Lewis is getting back. Lewis is being back. Oh, sorry. AMSC is backing skills up into Lewis, and now Lewis is getting himself back into this as yellow flags further back as one of the Mercedes is going slow. I think that's Ave. And Melvin, he's down in 5th, and Evan, that's another penalty for the race leader. That's going to do him no good. 6 seconds penalties now for corner cutting. And AMFC, he's going to be rubbing his hands at this. There's 15 laps to go, but right now he's in such a good position now. Evan's got to put his foot down here, and he's got to hope that AMFC, Lewis and Skills start squabbling further back, which is kind of what they're doing as they go up towards turn 10. Let's see if the Aston Martin so close to the back of the Mercedes here. DRS, will it be open? Yellow flags in sector 1, I don't quite know why. But 8 tenths is the lead then for Evan as they run up towards turn 12 for the 21st time this race. On the safety car or not? When will the pit stops happen? Oh, it's a bit of a corner cut there by Lewis, and that's going to do him no good at all. That might pick him up some underfloor damage, and it's definitely killed his momentum, and Lewis is going to be... He will have a sigh of... Skills will have a sigh of relief from there, and Melvin's now rubbing his hands as the invitation to go and try and attack. Now the Aston Martin, a bit of revenge after they stopped supplying them with engines and chassis. Up towards turn 6 and 7. We had so many issues here already spinning at turn 7, where quite a few safety cars and stuff who have happened. Right now, Skills, the championship leader, trying to get his hands on the AlphaTauri, AMFC or Aaron. Yellow flags in sector 2 and 3 is there's a Red Bull slow. Melvin's round at turn 7, and the Red Bull's day just go from bad to worse now as Lewis maybe caused a bit of an issue there again. We don't know. Aaron or Lewis for the win. Three Italian teams lead, then it's 2 British teams, 4th and 5th. These two have had a little squabblers there. I think that's Jake going into the pit lane. Yes, he's into the pit lane again. Maybe here they're coming together with Melvin. We can't quite know until maybe the end of the race where we get some input and stuff. But right now, 1.2 seconds is the gap for Evan as he's really starting to put his foot down as Melvin retires, taking the cars in this race from 14 to 7. Half of what started will finish, and there's still a long way to go for more DNFs to happen, but it's a slow first sector by Evan. As there's a bit of squabbling going on. What's gone on there? There's yellow flags, and have we missed something? As AMFC's round the favourite, one of the favourites to win this. The AlphaTauris and the Red Bulls. Helmut Marko is smashing his desk right now at this. And the gap between Evan and Skills grows even big, and the gap between first and second will grow even bigger, 1.1 seconds now. But it's the faster guy behind him. As Evan's tyres, Evan will have to start thinking about pitting soon. But Skills, they're on the same lap hole, the tyres are the same lap sold. But one's the harder compound, the mediums will last longer than the softs, and now Lewis is probably looking the favourite to win this right now. His mediums are only 5 laps old compared to the 9 lap old tyres of first and second. Evan will have to pit, and maybe not pitting under a safety car might have cost him a potential race win here. Especially, he's almost guaranteed a race win. Oh, sorry, he's almost guaranteed to have to pit. As well as that 6-second penalty, that's going to do him no good, and that might invite the Mercedes driver. Eve, he might get himself back in there. I think Jake's too far back. if I was Evan, I would pit now into the window between Ave and Jake and just go for it from here with about 11 laps to go. So, lap 24 out of 35, nearly coming to the end, 11 laps to go on the line. DRS for the Ferrari and the Aston Martin. As Lewis is trying to go side by side in towards turn 12, they're going to be bumping wheels into the wall. Will one of them go? And he does! Lewis into the wall of champions. You kind of have to say he brought it upon himself there. Don't stick yourself on the inside through there. Skills left him space. That's a really tough... That is a really, really tough space to overtake there, I must say. It's so tight through there. It's quite quick for a chicane. You can just sling it through. 7/10. The gap is closing down between the leaders despite that little tussle. That is almost guaranteed damage for Lewis again. He's been in the wars with it today. But fastest lap for Jake. He's closing down on Ave. The McLaren hunting down the Mercedes Lando Norris versus Lewis Hamilton vibes. But Evan surely is going to have to pit soon as Skills. You don't want to lose time fighting Skills unless you think you're going to take your tyres to the end, which I highly doubt. He doesn't. The DRS really helps him close up, and it's a good exit once again. This guy's a master through the wall of champions, turn 13. He's close but not close enough to go for the overtake. He tries to find his way around the outside, but it's just not there, and he's just going to have to back out. That's going to cost him a few attempts, but nothing, he can't gain back in the slipstream. Yellow flags again. That's now Tauri going slow. That's not really what they want to be seeing. That'll be AMSC having problems again. But right now, Evan is going to have to pit soon. There's Jake retiring from the race, so everyone we're tipping for a race win right now, or potential chance to gain positions. Not happening. And into the pit lane then for Scarlett. Wonder why. Can we have a look at what happened with Jake? Can we see a car? No, we cannot. Safety car vote is out. Now this is really what Evan needs. Box should be the call, and I think Skills may even follow him in here. Skills could probably go to the end on the mediums, but track position, I think when it comes to it, Evan will probably, and indeed they do. So Skills, Skills passing him there. Now, will that be legal, or will that be a penalty for passing under a safety car? What have they considered in the pit lane? Now, that is a bit cheeky there by the championship leader. God will not be happy with that. Vaslincock, hello. You're wondering why I'm here? Because I am. I was asked to. I'm a talented commentator, what can I say? They're not my words. For all of you wondering, Vaslincock used to be in my team, then he got kicked for being a... I won't say on stream what he did. But yeah, he's not a nice guy. But anyway, Skills leads after jumping Evan after some questionable antics. Now the Mercedes, Ave, what a drive this would be from Ave. He started down in 9th to get himself a podium. Lewis is back up into this as well after having some issues. He had to pit early on. So it was a good choice, I must say, for Skills to pit. It is very... You can say things about me which aren't true, though. But anyway, enough of the squabbles. Skills, good move. He is on the mediums, but track position, looking at it, no one else behind will be there. There's so little people here. There's so little people here that if Skills didn't pit, he would be on 11 lap old mediums, whilst everyone's on brand new soft tyres. And now it's just... So it is a smart move then. 6 cars remain. Skills, the championship leader, is going to be doing him wonders, closing down the gap. 3 Italian teams, 3 British teams. It's the Euro final all over again. Skills. That's Scarlett going past Lewis. Lewis into the pits again. Now, oh dear. What's happening there? These two are a long way off the safety car. You're going to have to try and catch up. And AMFC, he could be bringing himself back in. Because he's a quick driver. He could still challenge for a podium. There's still 7 laps to go. This race, despite the lack of cars, is shaping up to be quite an interesting one, I must say. Skills leads then, followed by Evan in the Alfa Romeo, Ave in the Mercedes, then Scarlett Witch in the Williams, and then Lewis in the Aston Martin and AMFC. Those two at the back have, let's say they've had an eventful race. A lot of crashes, and it's definitely been a race of attrition, this one, and so far Skills, he's kept his nose out of things. He's had no penalties, no incidents. You could say the same thing about Ave as well. Scarlett's also not really had anything like that, but they've just been a bit slow. And then Lewis and AMFC. AMFC doesn't have a penalty, but they've not been able to keep themselves out of a wall. But right now, saved car in this lap. Skills is now God. Skills controls the pace. He'll decide when to go. It was a late restart by Evan. He really backed everyone up, and we're going to ride on board with Evan, see how he responds as they run all the way down the back straight then. Up towards turn 12 and 13. Skills has been brilliant on exit out of the death chicane. Oh, sorry, out of the Wall of Champions. Can he do it? When will he go? We're just waiting to see Evan side by side waiting, and there goes Skills. It's a brilliant restart there. Evan had to lay off the throttle, so he's not the best, and Scarlett Witch. Sorry, Lewis getting a penalty, and there goes his chances, and it's chaos down in towards turn 1. The Mercedes driver A's got himself up to P2. Lewis is trying to fight his way through as well after getting a 5-second penalty from the bad restart. Evans, though, he's at a shocking restart as he's now got himself down into third. He's under pressure from the AlphaTauri and the Aston Martin driver. He's run up towards turn number 6. The Aston Martin driver's going to go for it. He's going to go for a launch. Oh, and Lewis is round. He catches the curb. There was no space there for that, and Lewis's day goes from bad to worse. And Evan then back into third, but AMFC without the penalty. He's hunting him down. He wants this podium. Helmut Marko's not been happy with this one. So, Skills leads then. Coming up to 6 laps to go. Yellow flags are still out for some reason. Ave, the Mercedes driver, follows behind, and could we be seeing... This looks familiar. 2019 Canadian Grand Prix question mark. Skills fastest lap of the race as he leads. First time he's actually had the fastest lap. But the Mercedes driver Ave is catching, but we know Skills is a quick driver and he can bring the heat when needed, and he can definitely pull ahead Evan. He needs to pull a 6-second gap if he wants anything to do with this podium. A bit of a twitch, bit of oversteer have to be corrected there by AMFC as they run down towards turn 6 and 7. This place has collected so many casualties this race so far. Good exit though, but he's losing time to Evan as Evan's really putting his foot down. More yellow flags as that's Lewis again causing yellow flags down at turns 6 and 7. Right now, Skills leads more. This yellow flag thing is really going to bug me. I keep looking down at the minimap to see where it is, and it's the exact same thing. Half second is the gap though, tucked into the slipstream. Ave is gaining now. DRS down there and slipstream combo. It's just deadly, and they should get DRS this time round. Under 4 tenths is now the gap, and Ave is gaining. Evan, he's pulling a 2-second gap. He's finding an immense amount of time. AMFC didn't set a lap in qualifying, so he's still done quite well for himself here. But he's just going to hope that Scarlett Witch can get himself onto the back of AMFC and just cause a fight for the next 5 laps and really slow him down and allow him to pull a 6-second gap to really allow him to have a podium. As the corner cut penalties have really been the burden of Evan. He's been relatively clean other than that, but right now Ave is holding on nicely. onto the back of Skills, who really looked like he would run away with this at certain points in the race. But his strategy's been perfect with the safety cars. He's known when to pit. He's been smart with it. A lot of people have been smart with it, and keeping your nose out of the wall and keeping yourself in this race has been a feat within itself, and it's quite impressive, I must say. Just look at the DNF list. That's 8 DNFs. So things happen. DRS open though, and there's another penalty. That's 9 seconds of penalties for everyone, and he's going to be risking a DNF or a disqualification at some point here. But DRS is open, or Ave is in DRS range. He does have DRS now. He is able to go hunting here. He's hunting Ferraris. He's hunting race wins. Ferrari versus Mercedes, the old timely battle we had for a lot of seasons. And through they go, turn 7, up towards turn 8, DRS open again. So DRS straight over has very little impact into an area where dirty air is quite an issue through turn 8 and 9. But yes, got himself ever, and the chance for podium is very slim. It looked like he'll probably end up finishing down in P6, but AMFC will get a podium. But the AlphaTauris, they've known the AlphaTauris and Red Bull, anything with a Red Bull logo on it has had some problems today, so don't count Scarlet out of a podium if AMFC or AMCF. I've been saying that wrong the whole time. Aaron, if he can't keep his nose out of the wall. DRS back open again though for Ave. Was we right on board with him? Does he have the momentum? It's kind of hard to try and attack Skills in turn 1. No matter if you have DRS slipstream, you could have everything overtake. But he's just so good on exit out of turn 13. He leaves millimeters between himself and the wall of champions. It's so impressive how good he is through there at pulling an exit, and right now Skills hasn't actually had much of a threat. Ave's been there, but there's been no real overtaking challenge for the lead, and slowly, despite DRS, that gap is opening up a tiny bit. 100th by 100th. 2.5 laps to go though. Who's winning this? Half a second now, that gap, and both missing the apex, not able to swing for a late apex, and it's really slow out of turn 10 for Ave. Doesn't quite get the rotation in, bit of understeer, has to lay off the power, but he's still within slipstream range, still within DRS range, and it's still helping him gain, and he's gained a massive amount there. Skills didn't get the best of exit either through there, and now, a quarter of a second back, he's tucked in onto the left-hand side, nearly hitting the wall, Lewis Hamilton style. Goes a bit deep into turn 1, they're going to make contact, and they're going to push him wide, and that's dirty there by Ave. Forcing the Ferrari driver a long way off, but he will let him back through, but that is just questionable antics there by the Mercedes driver, I must say. It was a deadly move, it was a risky move by Ave. Put himself in a position where he really shouldn't have. And now he's slowing a long way down. That was a very late defensive move there by Skills. He moves over to the left-hand side. Ave just about misses the wall, then goes a bit deep into the turn, and he finds his way through. Lewis will get himself a penalty now. Multiple warnings. I think that's a 6-second penalty heading his way now for the Aston Martin driver. As we approach the final lap. It's a really short lap around here as well. They're going to make contact and into the wall. Both the race leaders are off. Both the race leaders are into the wall. And Evan will go into the race lead, but Ave Skills the championship leader. That is just dirty, and Evan's now running away with this, and Lewis and AMFC is starting to squabble. 9 seconds is the gap he's got to pull after this, but he's got to hope these two squabble immensely. He's got to pull 5 seconds this lap. But what just happened there? That did look intentional there by Ave. Completely just barging in when he goes side by side. If only we could have a replay of that, but right now in the net race lead, AMFC, after all the trouble he's had, he didn't set a lap in quali. Evan won't be getting the race, he'll be finished first on track, but well, that is just disrespectful by all accounts there by Avon. He's actually still running, I think. I'm not sure. It says he's still running, but I believe he's in the garage, so I think he's DNF'd, but it's not the best of looks when the leader's doing there. There's a tyre. Round the final turn, a few turns then, Evan keeps his nose out of the wall. He will come across net P1, but Lewis, he takes the penalty, but AMFC goes to the top. AMFC will win, and Evan will get second despite his 9 seconds worth of penalties, and I think Scarlet Witch will get third, and what an eventful race. Driver of the day, AMFC, didn't set a qualifying lap, 13th to 1st, the AlphaTauri driver. I would like to say he kept his nose out of the wall, but he kept his nose out of being punished, and there's Scarlet Witch in second after being, in all honesty, no disrespect to her, but when there wasn't safety cars, it's an Irish clean sweep of the podium, but race of attrition, kept the nose out of it. Scarlet Witch will go and take second despite really lacking the pace today, and Evan, he will take third. But what the hell was that race? It's an Irish clean sweep of the podium with AMFC taking win in an eventful race after starting P13. Scarlet Witch after starting P9 and being a long way off the pace in most of the race, but keeping her nose out of things, gets her P2. And rounding off the podium, Evan, he will take P3. But look at all those penalties, and you just have to think, Skills and Ave, it's a bit disrespectful, that. I mean, it's down to you who you think, it's down to you who think was at fault there, but it very much looked like an intentional move. It may have been an internet related issue. I don't want to put the fingers at anyone because it's kind of hard to get a look there. But if it was intentional, why are you doing that when it's so close? This is a league, not an open lobby. But there is your results. Congratulations to everyone. Congratulations to AMFC. Congratulations to the podium sitters. And maybe, just maybe, I see you. Maybe I'll see you next time. Well, maybe I'll be commentating next round, whenever that is, whatever track that is. But thank you all for watching. Thank you for being a great crowd for my F1 commentary debut and my Formula Virtual Racing commentary debut. Thank you, Evan Dalton, for letting me do this. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations to everyone. You've all been amazing, except the racing quality, which has been a bit funny. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time, hopefully.